So that bing sound means we're live. We're pretty close to it. I just want to thank everybody for coming through and checking out this debate. I have Erok. You guys should know who Erok is if you've been following me for the last year or two. We did this thing called the Let's Talk Games podcast, which is still alive, hosted on, is it Big Earth channel or
Big Earth channel? Yeah.
All right. So, but we've done like mini developer interviews, had great podcasts, and Eroks has kind of always been there. But and this is not like a expose me versus Erok type of thing. We're having a live debate because we have two complete different outcomes and looks on this whole Xbox One, Windows 10 games going to PC ideal. I'm on the opposite end. He's on another opposite end. Erok has made what, like 3 videos on this subject over the past couple of days. And, you know, I watched the videos. I like the videos, but the point you were making kind of had me like, I don't believe that. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's a bad thing, but you think it's a bad thing. And I definitely want to give you your fair share. So let's go with let's start this off. What do you feel? What is your opinion on why this Windows 10 thing is bad for Xbox, the Xbox brand or the Xbox One? Please explain, why do you feel it's bad?
The reason why I feel that this cross this just crossing the Xbox brand with Windows 10 is bad for the Xbox console is because for the entire history of the Xbox brand, the Xbox, the OG Xbox, the Xbox 360, they focused on having a pretty robust catalog of console exclusives. And yes, in the past with the Xbox 360, there were several of their exclusives that went over to the PC, but it wasn't like Microsoft was saying, yo, man, this is coming to the PC like day and date. They usually took a few months, maybe a year. The focus was always on keeping Gears of War, keeping Halo, keeping Forza, keeping all their exclusives on that console for as long as it was possible to sell consoles. The goal was always to sell Xbox consoles. Now it seems like Microsoft is having this radical shift, and I mean radical. I've never seen this before, and I've been following gaming for decades. This radical shift to push Windows 10. And as a diehard Xbox fan, and as a guy who's watched this for a long time, KidSmoove, something just doesn't feel right. This cannot be good for the Xbox brand because your whole purpose of being a console manufacturer is to get people to buy your consoles. And it just isn't good. It doesn't sound good, doesn't feel good, doesn't look good. I don't know how this Windows 10 thing is going to even benefit Xbox in the long run.
All right. So you know how you said the goal was to sell consoles?
Yes.
Now, if I bring you back to 2001, you wouldn't say the Xbox was an established brand or console yet, would you?
Nope. They were rolling the dice.
All right. So they needed flagship exclusives like Halo, Fable, Project Gotham, and stuff like that to put their console, to separate it from the PlayStations, from the Nintendos. They needed that. I admit, so that was them introducing themselves. The Xbox 360 was like, I guess, the maturity. Like, all right, everybody knows what an Xbox is. This is our second coming, and we come in hard. You know, they had a lot of success with the Xbox 360, but still, like the original Xbox, they had a lot of similarities with the PC market. And of course, when the 360 first came out, it was the powerfulest thing on the market, powerful than most PCs at the time. So that's why there was a lot of games coming just for Xbox 360 and for PC. Like there was only what Call of Duty 2 came out just for 360 and PC. And you can argue that obviously the 360 version ran and looked better during that time. But the thing is, we all know from interviews that's been out, Microsoft and Bill Gates only wanted to enter the gaming market so they can have a gaming device that runs Windows. The first two Xboxes to come out, yeah, they ran like Windows imitating type software, but it wasn't exactly Windows. With Xbox One, they finally got a device to run Windows. Now, to say like this is, I don't think they're throwing in the white flag, the white flag on the Xbox. I feel like they're finally to a point to do what they wanted to do from the get-go, and this have their service on every device possible. And you're a lot of like you and the crap gamers, the whoever is mad at the situation are forgetting the fact that because we're just paying attention to just gaming. Could you literally imagine where, let's say, the product like the Apple computers, you think they would survive without Microsoft Office being on their device, without being on their device?
No.
Could they be in colleges and businesses without Microsoft software being on their device?
No.
Yeah, so Microsoft needed Apple and Apple needed Microsoft because Apple had a superior computer than Microsoft. Anything that Windows was on, the Apple was superior. But the problem is the Apple machines were too expensive, and it didn't have Microsoft Office, like the national shit that people use for businesses, schools. They didn't have that, and they couldn't compete without having it. So of course, they have to end up going to Microsoft to do that. So now at that point in time, people that owned HPs, Dells, and gateways that ran Windows, it's not fair that Apple can run Microsoft Word and they don't have Windows. Do you think they were saying that? No. Nobody was complaining that Windows users weren't complaining that Apple users got to use Microsoft Word and Excel.
Right.
But as in the gaming, we're doing that. So, and the thing is, and that's a competitor. That's a competitor where you would think fanboys, that's when the bickering should start, because that's me putting my product on the competitors of hardware, my software on the competitors' hardware. So if I can understand if this was a situation where Microsoft said, we're going to allow PlayStation to run Windows. It's not that situation. So my beef is that everybody's mad as if Xbox fans are losing something. And I went through that, and we're in a different phase. People forget why Microsoft is rich. People are focusing on the Xbox as if the Xbox made Microsoft rich.
It didn't.
No, it didn't. Now, while all this is going on, people are forgetting now that not only can you get, not only don't sell, I mean, I'm pretty sure they still sell like Microsoft Word and Office the standard way, but right now they have it as a service. Like you pay what, $5, $8, $10 a month for Excel, Word, and all that shebang. And guess where you can get it? You can get it on Android, you can get it on iPad, you can get it on any Apple product, you can get it on your Windows phone, you get it on your iPhone, whatever. If there's hardware that can run it, it's on there. But nobody's complaining. Now that they're taking their Windows and they replace the standard gaming software that was in their Xbox and put Windows on it. They just put Windows on their Xbox, and now we're mad that they put Windows, their computer software, on their gaming machine. So on their own service.
Right.
So where does that become bad? If you checked the sales and the success and the subscription base on Office 365?
Well, I know Microsoft is doing very well. Microsoft dominates this. Like I said in my video, Microsoft dominates this planet's operating systems. You don't hear anybody except extreme geeks talking about Linux. I don't even know if Linux even exists anymore. And Apple's operating system that runs their computers, it's fantastic. It's superior to anything else that's out there. But there is still going to be Windows on Apple computers. That's just what a lot of offices are using now. That's the standard. That's what it is. We're talking about an entirely different sector. We are talking about computers, operating systems, laptops. We're talking about what Microsoft basically is doing, if I'm trying to follow this, Microsoft is basically saying that Xbox is no longer just about a console. The name Xbox is about a brand that's completely integrated with Windows 10. So you could possibly see an Xbox app on the computer, an Xbox app on your Windows phone, and that's all great. Herein lies the problem. Herein lies the problem. I don't think that Xbox fans are losing anything by Quantum Break, Crackdown 3, Scalebound, all of these games being on PC too. I don't think Xbox fans who actually own the console are losing anything. I think the Xbox console itself is actually in danger of becoming irrelevant. And it's just not me that's thinking this. It's several other YouTubers like Solid Rev, several other people who are gamers and YouTubers who just don't want to speak up on this because they're just too afraid to admit, holy shit, what this is actually happening? Yeah, this is actually happening. What's going to happen is you're essentially going to have a console sitting in Best Buy, sitting on the market, sitting on the free market space that has games, but the games are on another platform. People keep assuming that Microsoft owns the PC. The PC is an open platform. All Windows 10 is an operating system, and you're going to be able to play these Xbox Windows 10 games on your Windows 10 operating system. So if I'm a consumer and I walk into Walmart and I have $350 or $400 or whatever, and I'm looking at Xbox and I'm like, oh man, there's Quantum Break, there's Crackdown, that looks good, that looks great, that looks great, and you know consumers are uneducated anyway, and they go and they ask the Best Buy guy, hey Best Buy guy, what console do I buy? Well, PlayStation has great games, but their games are on that platform. Nintendo's new console has great games, but that game is on that platform. It's always going to be. We want those walls. We need those walls. There's a part of me that likes to know that if I have a Nintendo KidSmoove, that nobody else is going to be playing Donkey Kong Country. There's something to that that makes that Nintendo have a value. Nintendo isn't even back in the game yet. They haven't even really shown us their new console yet, but already it has a value because we know that you're only going to be able to play the next Zelda on that console. We know now that you're only going to be able to play Uncharted 4 and Jackson Daxter on the PlayStation 4. We already know this. Now you go into Xbox now, whose biggest caveat was we have Halo, we have Gears of War, we have Forza Motorsports, we have Scalebound. Oh, the PC has it also. So now it's like you devalued the Xbox. You made it like, why should anybody even buy the thing when they can just go buy a PC and a PlayStation 4 or a PC and a Wii? Does that make any sense?
It makes sense, but you got to talk about there's already examples that are out there. Like, so for example, does PlayStation Now devalues the point of backwards compatibility on PS4 or PlayStation Plus or the PS3? Does PlayStation Now being on a Samsung or an LG TV devalues the point of having a PlayStation console if you're a casual gamer? Since if you buy a TV, it's already there. You just got to pay a subscription fee. What about those? Oh, I want to go. Imagine walking into a GameStop or a Best Buy, and you're like, oh, I want the Alienware Alpha. And somebody tells you, oh, all those games are on a PC. You can build a PC and play all the same games, just better. Does it stop him from buying the Alienware Alpha that's kind of really like consoleized and he doesn't have to worry about building his own thing? Do he still get the Alienware Alpha or any other Steam machine? Or does he go and build his PC and hopefully, get the job done with that? It's like, with the Xbox One doesn't get devalued by games going to PC unless the whole market jumps into PC gaming. Unless the whole gaming market jumps into PC gaming. As long as there's people who play just consoles and play consoles, there's always going to be a value in owning an Xbox. When you go into a GameStop and all the games you see on the shelves are only Wii U games, PS4 games, and Xbox One games. You don't see PC games. You get PlayStation gift cards, Wii U gift cards, Xbox gift card, and then you get the Steam gift cards. But when you're walking in the store and they want to walk out the store with something, I see Halo, I see Forza, I see. They can tell me it's on PC, but what if I don't have one? And what are gonna? Oh well, you can build one. Okay, well, okay, where do I shop to get one? I'm not going to really just go to a Best Buy or a store. I got to go online, do all online shopping. Might have to get all my parts from different outlets so I can get them at the cheapest value, or I have to overpay somebody to build it for me, or I have to overpay for a pre-built machine like Alienware. So it's like, it's not like this super convenient thing that, oh, Halo's on this game, Quantum Break is on it's on Xbox, but it's also on PC. You can get it on the PC. I'm like, okay, cool, but I don't have a PC. I have an Xbox. When people are going Christmas shopping for their kids, do you think really a gaming PC is going to be on that Christmas list?
Possibly not.
Probably not. And do you think it really matters to the casual gamer, a parent, whoever is buying these games, that game appears on another platform? Because at the end of the day, right, you have an Xbox, right? Your favorite racing game, last year was what? Project Cars?
That's correct.
And that game was on how many platforms?
The PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
And why'd you buy it on the Xbox One?
Well, because that's a console that I have.
That's the console that you have.
Yes.
So it didn't devalue your Xbox One because it was available on other platforms.
Well, but that's because it was a multi-plat game. It was announced as a multi-plat game before it came out. I see where you're going with this, and my counter to everything you're going with is that all sounds great. That, well, you know, these games being on Windows 10, is it going to devalue the Xbox? More people get to play it. That would be great, Microsoft. That would be great, Xbox brand. I want to leave Microsoft out of it right now because even though they're part of this decision, we'll get to that in a few minutes in the debate. But I want to just talk about Xbox. That would be great, Xbox, if right now you were bargaining from a position of strength. You are not bargaining from a position of strength. Your nearest competitor has outsold you 3-1, and they're doing it basically with little to no exclusive games. And the exclusive games they have coming are heavy hitters, games that you're only going to be able to play on that console. You better believe that everything PlayStation has done, much to my chagrin, has been from a position of strength. Whether you like Killzone or don't, we have a Killzone. Whether you like what was that game, the Order 1886 or not, it's only on our console.
Okay.
So Sony is bargaining from a position where our games are here. Yeah, some have gone to the PC, but the majority of our heavy hitters are on our console. I don't see how you being nearly half behind in sales or more. I don't see how sharing your games on Windows 10 and not keeping them exclusive to the console, to move units out of Best Buy, to move units out of wherever, I do not see how that's bargaining from a position of strength. If anything, at this juncture, seeing how PlayStation is kicking your ass, you should have been saying, listen, guys, we know you want to play Quantum Break. We know you want to play Quantum Break. You want to play Quantum Break? You have to buy an Xbox One. You want to play Recore and Scalebound and Gears of War 4? You have to buy an Xbox One. These consumers this generation have been so baffling. They've run the PlayStation 4 so fast, it's bizarre. And now you want to fracture the audience? Now you want to double down on Windows 10 instead of doubling down on saying, listen, guys, I know that Windows 10 is going to be good for our bottom line, but you hired me to save Xbox, and this is not how we do it. This is not how we do it. So it's a confusing strategy for me. I don't see how it works unless you're planning on this being the last Xbox console.
No, here's how I look at it is that, you know how like, you know, everybody, a lot of the PC market is a big fan of Steam. A lot of subscribers, a lot of people on Steam. Many people on Steam. The thing about Steam, right? You can either download it on your pre-built your PC or whatever, your PC, your laptop, or you can buy a Steam machine.
Right.
At the end of the day, when they buy a game from Steam, it still counts as a sale.
Right.
So, for example, when Quantum Break come out, let's say Xbox One, right? When Quantum Break comes out, it sells 1 million, right? 1 million out about Xbox One. Guess what? How much they're going to say it sold?
How many?
2 million.
Okay.
Because for everyone they sell on Xbox between, so say if you get 1 million pre-orders, that's 2 million sales, so they get to count the PC versions that they gave out. So and they can count it. They don't have to count it as PC, so they can count it as Xbox sales because it's labeled Xbox. It'll count towards their Xbox sales.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying I could care less how much the game sells. I'm already going to have mine. But the thing is, from a business standpoint, he was like, okay, well, PC players can play my game, our game, but they have to do it on our terms. They have to have an Xbox Live account or Windows account. When you create a Windows account, you essentially make an Xbox Live account. That's the sneaky way to do it, but that's pretty much what it is. Ask Blackbond. He has an Xbox Live account. He needed one to download Tomb Raider. So you essentially sign up for Xbox Live, right? You have to run Windows 10, whether you like it or not. For all those who's holding out, oh, I love my Windows 7 or I love my Linux, you can't play it on anything else but Windows 10. So there's no workaround. The game's not on Steam. So you can't go to Steam to get it. It's not going to be something that you can try to go to like CD Keys or something like that, or Steam and wait for a big Steam sale, because it's never going to show up. It's never going to be there. You have to go on your Xbox or B on your Windows, the Xbox store on a computer, and buy it from there. That's the only way you're going to get it. And what that does, that brings more people into their store, into their ecosystem to play that game. So a lot of complaints about the PlayStation, right? Is nothing but indies and remasters, and they got their AAAs, but they get third party like everybody else, right? Right. Look at the Steam store. So right now the Xbox store on PC ain't much shit until these exclusive starts coming out. So when you look at, let's say a year or two from now, the Xbox store is gonna have these heavy hitter AAA games that's gonna have Xbox Live across the top of it, because that's what it says every time when you buy Tomb Raider on PC from Windows, it says Xbox Live. It doesn't say it's an Xbox logo on the bitch. Right. So imagine Gears of War 4 come out. PC gamers can't get it on Steam, even though they get to play it on PC. They got to go to the Xbox store, and if they're gonna do this cross-platform, cross-play, whatever, it only doubles up their sales, and it increases the user base. There's how many fucking 200 million people using Windows 10? Imagine if 30% are into gaming. It's like fucking 60, 70 million potentially. That blows the PlayStation 4 blows PlayStation 4 user base out the water. I could be wrong on my math right there, but as far as the percentage, but as far as but imagine there's 200 million people using Windows 10. Imagine just 30% of them, 30, even 40% of them are actually interested in gaming. That's more games that they never expected to sell on just an Xbox One, and where there's only about 18, 19, 20 million Xbox One. What's the point of saying, well, nobody's gonna buy an Xbox with all these games being on PC, but nobody's buying an Xbox now. So what's the point? Just keep releasing these games for them to average 500 to a million every time it's sold, when you could be selling 3 million if with it, and then getting more people on Windows 10 at that. I mean, you gotta, at the end of the day, right? PlayStations and Xbox aren't going to be made forever. We're gonna move away eventually from consoles. This is going to happen. It sucks. I don't want to do it, but that's exactly what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, there's going to be another Xbox, regardless if we like it or not. There's going to be another Xbox, and guess what? they're going to keep coming out with games both for the next Xbox and for the computer. It's just going to be the way it is.
At this point, man, like I said, I've been rocking with Xbox since 2002. Been a diehard fan of them, and still a diehard fan. Like I said, I'm going to enjoy my Xbox One to the end. I have no intentions of buying a PlayStation 4. I will most likely buy Nintendo's next console or try to catch a Wii on sale because I really enjoyed that console when I was exposed to it a couple of months ago. But you just said nobody's buying Xbox right now, and that just sheds light on everything that we are having this debate about why I feel as though I don't really think there's going to be another. I will be surprised, and I thought I would never say this. I'll be surprised if there's even another Xbox. If I'm looking at where this is going, you guys got to understand, you guys who are listeners, some of you are 25, some of you are 24. Guys like me and guys like my buddy Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer, we are in our 30s and 40s. So we've seen the consoles come and go. Some of us have even left console gaming for like a decade, like I did back in the 80s. I left consoles alone for like an entire decade. The thing has always been, KidSmoove, all the console game business was the razors and razor blade business. The companies back then, Nintendo, Sega, except for Trip Hawkins and 3DO, who got crazy with the pricing, Nintendo and Sega gave you the razor basically on the cheap. They gave you the razor for free because they knew you had to come back and buy the blades for the razor. The blades was the software. That's all it was. They didn't give a damn about the console. They gave you the console. They wanted you to buy the software. And I just don't. The business model has always been you keep certain blades exclusive to your razor, so people will keep coming back to that brand. They'll keep coming back to Schick, or they'll come back to Gillette. Basically, what Microsoft is doing is they're saying fuck the razor. It's being done in a way that is going to make Microsoft's bottom line look good. Everything you just said about more customers, more folks buying the games, Microsoft's profit margins going up. It all sounds great. It all looks good, but it just does not look good for the actual physical box. The actual physical console known as Xbox will still get played, but if you go along this path, it's going to become irrelevant. This industry has always been fueled by one thing: exclusivity, exclusive games that you can only play on one console. And I know somewhere somebody in Microsoft is saying, dude, you're so stubborn. Why can't you turn the page from that? Sony ain't turning the page from that.
But
and it seems to be benefiting them. And let me finish. Let me get back. Let me get back to one more thing. Microsoft's console isn't selling right now. This was over in China. They had this old punishment called 1,000 cuts, where they tortured you slowly and they give you 1,000 cuts and you bled slowly. Microsoft has been giving themselves 1,000 cuts since June 2013. And I thought that Phil Spencer was going to at least bandage up some of these cuts and stop the bleeding. But this latest announcement and this latest path of Tomb Raider on PC, this on PC, it's like it's turning people away. It's turning people away when some of the members of the Xbox Mafia, some of the most pro Xbox guys ever, are like, holy shit. And the reason why these people are so mad, they're so angry, is because they've invested so much in this brand. Not just money. KidSmoove has invested money. You guys listening have invested money in digital downloads, arcade games, console exclusives, controllers, Halo-themed consoles. We've all invested money. No, man, people have invested their lives into this brand. People have backed this brand. People love Xbox the way you PlayStation fans love PlayStation. And people, KidSmoove, don't want to see change. Change is good, but this is radical change. And I have a feeling that this is going to be Xbox's last console, because if this Windows 10 thing works out, why would you even make a next Xbox? Why would the investors in Microsoft, who have or apparently losing money, people say, well, the Xbox One is actually outpacing the 360 at the same time. It's just that their nearest competitor, PlayStation, is beating the pants off of them.
Dude.
Investors look at that and they say, well, maybe we made a misstep. Maybe we should just say, fuck this whole Xbox thing and make Xbox a service that's on the PC, on Windows 10, and on phones. Why should there even be another box?
Dude, because the thing is, I can understand, let's say if it was like 2019, 2018, and the Xbox One was at 19 million, the PlayStation was at 35 million. That's when you should be worried about there not being any more consoles. You got to think about, you can't assume that every console, like all the people that have the 19 to 55 million people between, or the 60 million between Wii U, PlayStation, and Xbox are just going to automatically I give up. We don't want consoles no more. Like, what happened? That's still potential and it's still growing. You look at the 360 and the PS3, they each gave you about 80 million sold. They're not just going to give up on that and assume the whole market is going to be PC gamers. It's just not going to happen. So they're not going to sit there and throw money away. And that's what happened is all these freaking developers now, that's why we getting all these stupid remasters and these stupid episodic games, because they gave up on the gaming market and now they're retracting, trying to come out with games. That's why we ain't got much games now, because they always trying to make mobile games and these episodic games for PC, and they realize, oh shit, there's still a market for consoles because they selling like hotcakes. Now, you said exclusives is the reason to buy a console, or exclusives is what sell your consoles.
KidSmoove, would you ever do you own any Nintendo consoles right now?
No.
Would you ever, like, I know you've gamed since you were a kid. Would you ever name a Nintendo game that you love? There could be anything. Name a Nintendo game that you would like to play right now, or that you want to play right now.
I already played them. That's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm already past my Nintendo stage. That's the problem with Nintendo. Here. Let me just battle your argument of saying exclusive is the reason why people exclusives. I don't think exclusives sell consoles. Games sell consoles. For example, you look at Wii U. You see how small their install base is. They have no choice but for their exclusives to sell games, because they don't get third-party games, and third-party games don't sell on there. You want to know the highest? PlayStation selling a lot. You want to know what the highest selling game on PlayStation is?
What is it?
It's Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with 11 million sold.
A multiplat.
Yes. You want to know the highest PS4 exclusive sold?
What's that?
Killzone with 2.1, a measly 2.1. Now,
go ahead.
All right, so we know third parties sell consoles regardless. People buy consoles it's a casual market. Casuals don't care about exclusives. They care about their Maddens, their Call of Duties, their NBAs. That's all. And then you have your RPG fans that'll get it on whatever console they got. Now let's go to.
I think you're wrong, but go ahead. I think you're dead wrong, and I'll tell you why I think you're dead wrong.
All right, hold on. I'm not finished yet, because here's an important thing. All right.
Okay.
So you want to know the highest? You want to guess the highest selling exclusive on Xbox?
The highest selling exclusive on Xbox?
Yeah.
It's gotta be Halo 5.
All right, it is Halo 5 that outdid every PlayStation exclusives. Like, PlayStation exclusive average 1 to 2 million so far in the PlayStation 4, and they got 35 million PlayStations in houses, and they can only sell 1 million PlayStation exclusive every time. Now Uncharted might change that. They only can sell 1 to 2 million PlayStation exclusive, right? Mm-hmm. For example, all right, this and of course the highest selling Xbox One game is Call of Duty, a Call of Duty game. Mm-hmm. The thing is, the games sold on Xbox is more evened out between 3 to 5, 6 million.
Right.
But the highest selling games on PlayStation 4 are multiplats. Now, the Wii U changes that with their highest game sold being Mario Kart 8 and exclusive, because they don't have freaking like the Maddens and the Divisions and the Call of Duties and stuff like that. They don't have it. It's not it's a kid market. It's not a casual market. And the casuals the casuals that bought the Wii not buying the Wii U. So you said, all right, I was dead wrong. What was I dead wrong about?
You said that exclusives don't sell consoles anymore.
Nope.
When does Uncharted 4 drop? It drops in March.
And yeah, I think April maybe.
You're going to see sales. I'm just telling everybody now. Get you brace you for the bad news. You're going to see sales of the PlayStation 4 console double. Uncharted 4 is one of their flagship titles. It's one of the biggest games franchises on that console, and 9 times out of 10, except for the mob mentality. Oh, my buddy has a PS4. I'm gonna get a PS4. Oh well, my uncle Bocephus just bought his nephew 2 PS4s, so I'm gonna buy one. Except for that mob mentality, it was a game like Uncharted. Just the mention of a game like Uncharted, or the possibility of God of War 4 coming, that sold those PlayStation 4s. Just like the possibility of a Halo 5, of the next Gears of War. We didn't even know when the next Gears of War was coming. We just had an idea it was coming when we bought our Xbox Ones. But that's why we bought it. We brought it in anticipation of those exclusives. Now, the Wii U isn't doing that great, but you have some diehard, as they're called, Wii U weirdos out there. These people are diehard Wii fans and Nintendo fans because what Nintendo has done, even though people like to drag them through the mud, Nintendo has cultivated a culture. It's a culture for the best, tightest gaming experiences on their exclusives found anywhere. Yeah, we may not always get the Madden, but we got you. Now, why do we have you? We have you because it's ingrained in your psyche that Nintendo equals quality. And I know people that have their Wii U's, and to this day, they back it up. They're not switching. And you better believe that when this next Nintendo console comes out and it finally has the power to run the Call of Duties and run the Maddens, they're going to be able to do that, but still have those diehard Nintendo franchises that you can't play on your cell phone. You're not playing on your iPhone. You're not going to play it on Android. You're not going to play it on Windows 10. It's never coming to Xbox Live or PSN. Nintendo knows what their audience is, and they know that you have to keep exclusives locked down. This debate isn't me knocking Microsoft. It's just saying, I know you guys spent years now thinking of this new strategy, this new direction for Xbox. Xbox as a brand, Xbox across several platforms. It's not going to work, and it isn't working, and we're already seeing the backlash now. I do not see KidSmoove how Quantum Break being on PC. Yeah, we all know that Quantum Break's going to sell more. It's possibly going to sell more than Xbox One, but it's the mentality of it. The mindset is there. The mindset is there that Microsoft can no longer hold down exclusives. Hell, they don't even want to hold down exclusives. They don't even want to hold down exclusives. So the question is, as I heard from one YouTuber called Solid Rev, what now is the point of the Xbox?
If you're a console gamer, right, and you want to play Halo, you want to play Recore, you want to play Gears 4, if you don't have a PC and you don't feel like building a PC or buying one, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna get a PlayStation since I know their games aren't going on PC.
That's what the average consumer thinks. I know it sounds dumb. I know it sounds dumb. I know it sounds dumb.
Because you're mistaking the average consumer with the Xbox Mafia. You're mistaking the average consumer for like the few people we see on YouTube. They don't represent the average Joe walking into GameStop or Best Buy looking to buy a game.
You're right, but the average consumer has already been walking into GameStop, Best Buys, wherever, BJ's, Sam's Club. They've already walked in there armed with the knowledge, thanks to the media. And once again, I'll get on. We can't even blame the media anymore at this point. They already walked into the store armed with the knowledge. Oh well, this game is in 1080p on this console. Oh, that other console doesn't have any 1080p games, and the PS4, their exclusives are going to PC. It's these little things, those little cuts, those 1,000 cuts that start hurting you. You understand what I'm saying? Sony has suffered no cuts. They have suffered.
So would you say Nintendo with the Wii U is more successful than the Xbox One?
I think they're more successful in retaining their audience. They're not as successful in sales numbers.
Yeah, they retaining audience that doesn't grow. Their audience hasn't grown. Their consoles aren't selling. You know, if Nintendo wasn't as rich as they were, this would be their last console. But the thing is, Nintendo has money. They have
True.
money because they sell everything. They make more money on with them damn toys than they make on the Wii U console. They make, that's the only reason why they're able to survive. Sega couldn't survive. All the people that used to make consoles that tried, they're not here anymore for a reason. You know, PlayStation's been holding it down for what, 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox has been here long enough. It's been here long enough. So to say, oh, the Nintendo's doing it right way, they're obviously doing something wrong because they're not selling shit.
Well, here's what well, see, now we're getting off the subject, but Nintendo made a misstep. They released a console in 2012 that they should have released in 2009. So I mean, they were late to the high definition party. They were late to the party. So,
yeah, but the Xbox and PlayStation both were late. They were late. They were too late as well, but they're still succeeding. They were late as hell. No, we shouldn't have had Xbox 360s and PS3s in 2012 still being our primary console.
well, that generation stretched on as long as it was because it was successful. People were making money. Everybody was making boatloads of money hand over fist. What this is about watering down your brand, not holding down your exclusives. And if we're getting into the age now, if this conversation is getting into the age where exclusives don't matter anymore, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself, KidSmoove. Why the hell am I gaming anymore? Why the hell am I gaming? What? Listen, if you could play Pac-Man on ColecoVision, if you could play Pac-Man on the Sega Master System, if you could play Pac-Man on the Atari, if you could play Pac-Man on the Intellivision, and all those, what the hell was the point of buying the Atari? It's the same thing here, man. If you start putting your games on Windows Phone, PC, what the Xbox used to be sold on the fact that, and I remember it was sold on the fact that, oh my God, are you kidding me? In a 2-year span, Gears of War, BioShock, Mass Effect, that's what got that console out the door. You couldn't play those games any place else. And if you had a PC, you were going to have a long, long wait. Now it's like you're going into a store and that green box, the value is just less and less and less. And I know you Xbox fans out there, you're telling yourself, Erok, you're wrong. You're wrong. Xbox is going to be fine. Phil Spencer and them are executives. They know what they're doing. Of course they know what they're doing. These guys have MBAs, Masters of Business Administrations. They know more than I do. But this is not the move, not at this juncture, not when you're bargaining from a position of weakness, and you are bargaining from a position of weakness. You get into the console business to sell units. You get into the console business to sell software, and I just don't get this strategy, Jerry. I don't get it.
Now that we know the strategy, so you're telling me the average consumer says, I'd rather have this game only on this platform or not have the game at all.
I don't think they're going that extreme.
But that's what you're saying, though. You say that's how you say either it has to be on this platform or don't give it to me at all.
No. You twisted my words. I'm saying most folks go into a store, they're looking at consoles, and they're not sitting around mulling around like Sheldon from whatever that show is. They're not sitting around, oh, should I get a PlayStation? Or they're thinking fast. They're thinking fast. Well, this one's got Uncharted. This one's got Jackson Daxter. It's not going nowhere. Oh well, Xbox's games they're on PC. They don't have any real exclusives anymore. Jerry, you make a good argument, but it's the small shit now. Not everybody is as well educated as you on these consoles. The average consumer, they walk into the store, they're giving this shit 2 seconds of thought, and they're seeing the PlayStation 4. They're hearing about the 1080p, which Xbox has a ton of games as 1080p. I don't even know why that's a discussion anymore. But all of this stuff is ingrained into their heads about PlayStation. More people have it. Their games are exclusive. Their exclusives aren't going anywhere. And now you got this Windows 10 homogenization mix going on. It's just too much for the average consumer to sit to even mull through. And I think what it equates to is you taking a 45 Magnum, shooting yourself in both foots, and now you're trying to crawl to the finish line. There is no finish line, man. It's done.
So here's the thing: you gotta a retailer that doesn't sell gaming PCs can't sell a gaming PC. So it's like if you're walking in the store and your choice is an Xbox, PlayStation, or Wii, and the customer walks out and buys a gaming PC or a line, that retailer didn't do its job. Their job was to sell you something in their store. No matter what you buy, you bought something from their store. So the thing is, it's not like this whole thing that people are going in, oh, Xbox or PlayStation, and they're walking and not selling any of them. They're either going to sell you a PlayStation or they're going to sell you an Xbox, whichever one you want. Unless they have a gaming rig there to sell you, then that would be the argument. So you're not finding, they don't sell. The thing is, you don't have like my Xbox 2s just sitting on store shelves ready to pick up and buy. Mm-hmm. They're not there. You got to either build it or you got to get an Alienware outfit, which not Alienware outfit, Alienware with them. Alienwares, if you want to really beast them Alienwares they make, them shits are not cheap. Right. Not even on Black Friday. Right. They're not. You're gonna have to make these. But people will say, "Oh, you can make a potato masher," because we're talking about casual gamers. Casual gamers are supposed to go on and build a PC. No, they're gonna put a beast together that can outdo an Xbox One,
not gonna happen.
A PlayStation, and it's supposed to last them for years. A casual gamer is just gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I'll build a PC," and that's why we got to stop thinking like as if this whole world, this whole gaming market is moving over to gaming PCs. Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's growing. Yes, it's growing. Steam is huge. It's large. But you got to understand, there's 58, almost 60 million consoles in the homes right now for a reason. And they're still selling. It's not calming down. PC's always been around. Games have always been on PC. If that was the case, consoles would have never advanced. You know, it was because we have PCs, consoles are able to advance and be stronger and do crazy things. So PC's not stopping consoles from going. And Microsoft supporting Windows, which is their software, their operating system, and supporting Xbox at the same time it doesn't hurt them at all. All they did was open doors of where else they can get money from, who else they can introduce Xbox gaming to. You know what I mean? Everybody has a computer, and it's 200 million people using Windows 10. Everybody, so it's like it's no brainer.
And you know what? Even though it's supposed to be a debate, you're right on that point. It's inherently on paper and possibly in real life. We'll know in about a year from now. It looks like a win-win for Microsoft. I'm sure they've had meetings about this. There's always meetings in these corporations. These big corporations, man, these folks with these MBAs, they love meetings, memos, and coffee. And I'm sure there were a ton of meetings that these guys, Crap Gamer and Zaire, you guys don't even know about the meetings. These corporations love these fucking meetings and focus groups. And there was a huge meeting about this whole Windows 10 integration. Here's the problem. You're gonna make your money. That's fine. But once again, what happens to the brand? What happens to Xbox?
The brand just opens up. Here's the thing, right? Imagine going into a sales meeting, right? Say you're in a Microsoft sales meeting, right? Sony announced we sold 1.3 million PS4s this quarter, and then Microsoft can say we've gained 20 million users on Xbox this quarter because of the PC, because of their Xbox as a service is on PC. Our biggest selling game this quarter was Recore at 15 million. Now these are just hypotheticals. Oh, NPD's released the biggest selling game. Obviously, I don't know, Madden on led Xbox in sales for their version of Madden for that month. Think about it. It's bigger than, because you gotta think about it. I mean, come on, the consoles, yeah, they're great, but they're meant to last what, 5-6 years, and then what? Then it's a wasted opportunity. They got to put out another console. They'll put out another console. It'll be the same cycle again. It's the brand. Remember, nothing's wrong with the brand. Xbox brand is not dying. You see, when you turn on the Windows 10, you see Xbox everywhere. That brand is not dying. If I could show you I could screen share this thing right now. Matter of fact, let me open this up. Hopefully, I don't got no porno up. Let me see. let's screen share. Like when and it may be different for everybody else, but this thing is so Xbox centric. I'm gonna try to do a screen share. There we go. Here we go. We're gonna do the whole thing. So I got this thing so I can monitor the comments too. Entire screen share. All right. So you see this? Mm-hmm. When I open up, you see Xbox, my gamer tag, my Xbox Live. Hold on. Where's? Oh, damn! I just turned my Xbox on. All right. You see that? You see Rise of the Tomb Raider. Mm-hmm. Xbox Live. Nothing's gonna happen to the Xbox brand. The brand is only gonna get bigger. It's just the brand as a box. Now that may change, but so will PlayStation. So will Nintendo. But the brand ain't going nowhere.
The brand isn't going nowhere. But you're saying that something's going to happen to the box. So we can kind of meet on a halfway point of this debate and agree that the box itself is changing. And that is what I think the hardcore Xbox fans, like the hardcore Xbox fan that was embarrassed on Twitter this past weekend, the hardcore Xbox fans, that's what they, and even me in a sense, I'm not going to fake the funk, is having a hard time grasping, because traditionally consoles have been what the PlayStation 4 has now become. Exclusives on that one console. And I want to reiterate, guys, because Jerry KidSmoove makes some great arguments. Xbox is doing okay. Guys, something is wrong. Let's not sugarcoat this shit anymore. Xbox fans, my nickname is the Don King of Xbox. So I'm always going to be the Xbox hype guy. I'm going down with the ship. I'm Xbox to the end. But guys, something, Jerry, KidSmoove, something is wrong. Now, before I end this statement, I'm going to get you to agree on this. Something is wrong. This past year was supposed to be the biggest year in Xbox history, the biggest games in Xbox history. Something is wrong. This past January, the NPDs, I think the PlayStation 4 outsold the Xbox, 2-1 or almost 3-1? Something is wrong with this strategy of letting your exclusives go to PC. Something is wrong with not locking down these third-party deals anymore, saying, we're not going to lock down these third-party deals anymore. You guys can go ahead and have Call of Duty. Something is wrong. And I never thought I would see today that PlayStation will be beating Xbox with Darth Vader stickers and colored bundles.
They've been doing it for like 20 years, though. PlayStation. Like the thing is, what happened last year was a rare occasion, and Microsoft was strategic as fuck. Here's the thing: PlayStation shot themselves in the foot last gen.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's what happened, and Microsoft shot themselves in the foot this gen. Yeah. So we might have had a closer fight, but you got to think about the Xbox 360 was out a year earlier. They had an easier console to develop for. They had the developers in their back pocket because they had some fat pockets, and they obviously,
actually, not to cut you off, Microsoft had a huge misstep because it was in 2007 that those bad units started getting caught up in the supply chain. Everybody who bought the first Xboxes began having horrific hardware malfunctions. We all know about the Red Ring. There's been a book on it. Microsoft literally had to stop making Xboxes for a year until they had to find out what was going down at the supply chain, at the manufacturer. That was a year almost that they weren't making consoles. So in that year, we all know what happened with Nintendo. They blew up, caught up, and surpassed everybody. But how was Microsoft able to maintain their lead and keep rolling after that horrific nonsense happened? They had the games to necessitate keeping people on board and continue selling consoles. You couldn't play Gears of War 2 or Gears of War 3 or Forza Motorsports any place else. That's why they survived last generation. I don't know if it's going to work this time, KidSmoove.
It will, because you think about it, people are crying about Quantum Break, an unknown IP, right, from Remedy, right? Alan Wake came out for the Xbox 360, didn't sell shit until it came on a PC, and then they were able to recoup, right? So the thing is, Sunset Overdrive, my favorite game.
Love that game.
My favorite game.
Yeah.
We don't even hear the sales numbers. Didn't sell shit. I want a Sunset Overdrive too, and if it takes them putting it on Windows 10 and Xbox One, then I'm all for it. Give me Sunset Overdrive 2 twice, one for Windows 10, one for Xbox One. Double up on that. I'm not gonna complain if I'm gonna get the game, because I think people are mad for the wrong reasons. They're mad that PC players can play Xbox games on Microsoft service. I understand. The thing is, people are acting as if we're losing games, like we're not getting games. Like, for example, imagine I can understand if this was a situation where Titanfall 2 is announced and is only on PlayStation 4 and PC. Then I'd be like, yo, we doing something wrong. What the fuck is going on? But it's not. We still get the games. As long as I'm having the Xbox and whatever games come for it, whether it's a third-party game like Call of Duty or NBA Live or Halo or next game, at the end of the day, I'm getting it from my Xbox.
Yeah.
No matter how many platforms I got, that's where I'm going to play it for.
Yeah. And KidSmoove, I want the audience to be clear on what my argument is, because you made a good point about a lot of Xbox gamers are mad because PC gamers are going to get to play our games. I don't care what the PC gamers play. That's not my argument. My argument is that I understand that here's what's going on, guys. This whole Windows 10 thing wasn't even Phil Spencer's decision. I know I want him gone and I want him fired, but this wasn't his decision. He works for a job and he's got to do what his bosses tell him to do. And his bosses sat down, did the math, and figured out what I figured out a couple of years ago, that video gaming is becoming a business of diminished returns. They cost more to make than they ever have in history. And when you don't get that money back in those sales dollars, companies have closed down, studios have closed down. At least 23 studios in the last 5 years have closed down. It is a business of diminished returns. My only argument is not that PC gamers are going to play Quantum Break. My argument is, if you're going to play Quantum Break, you should be buying an Xbox One to play it. You should be saying, you know what, even though I'm a PlayStation 4 fan and I hate Microsoft, I want Quantum Break so goddamn bad that I'm going to spend the money and get an Xbox One, because that's the only place to play ReCore. That's the only place to play Gears of War 4. So in this situation where games are a business of diminishing returns and your console returns are diminishing, you're now going to just not concentrate on locking down exclusives. I hate to sound like a stubborn asshole. It's a confusing strategy to me. It's going to be hard to make me understand it. Maybe I've gotten so old and so obstinate that I need to leave gaming. Maybe it's something I don't understand, but I could never imagine Sega doing this. I could never imagine Nintendo doing this. I could never imagine. Well,
they had no choice but to.
Well, I mean, Sega back when they actually were in the console business. You didn't see Jet Set Radio or Virtual Fighter and other consoles until after the console had died. Then they became a third-party publisher, because that's how they extended their lifespan after their console manufacturing days. We are talking about a company that is still manufacturing motherfucking consoles.
Yeah, but Erok,
yes,
to say this to you. All right, so the thing is, Xbox actually has been locking down exclusives. You know what happens to the exclusives they lock down? They didn't sell. So it's like, if we got to make our money back and people want these exclusives, we can't put them on just put it on a console that there's only 20 million people got and expect 20 million people to buy it.
And KidSmoove, not to cut you off, because you gave me my chance to talk. And now we're digging deeper into another problem. Your console exclusives aren't selling. Why aren't they selling? I can count. I watch a lot of TV, and even to this day, I will see 3 or 4 or 5 PlayStation 4 commercials to maybe 1 or 2 Xbox commercials. I have never seen. I thought PlayStation was supposed to be broke. The joke was on us, because they sure have a lot of damn money in advertising. I have not seen any marketing from Microsoft the marketing for Rise of the Tomb Raider was minimal at best. We're talking about a company that used to spend, I don't know, $150 million to market Halo 4 and Halo 3. I haven't seen the marketing. I don't see any Xbox commercials anymore. People don't see your commercials. They don't know your product is out there. And now you're going to wonder why your games aren't selling. Where are the commercials? So those little cuts, we're going to keep talking about these little cuts that Microsoft is inflicting upon them. And I know a lot of this isn't Phil Spencer's doing, his choice. Somebody somewhere said, man, we're not spending 30 million on a commercial for Tomb Raider. Well, guess what? Who's going to know about your game? You better believe Sony's going to let you know day and night about Uncharted 4. They're going to let you know. So this is disturbing to me, man. It's disturbing to me that you're not marketing your games, and the few games that you do have, you're all in with Windows 10, but not all in with Xbox. And I know Xbox didn't bring you to the dance, but I don't get it. I don't get how you're letting this brand, this console that has been a part of our public consciousness for 17 years. I don't get how you're letting it die. Well, Erok, what do you mean? How are they letting it die? Dude, look around you. Look around you. The PlayStation 4 is slaughtering you. Is anybody curious as to why this is happening? Is anybody asking any questions?
Dude, there's many reasons, but I don't think exclusives were any of the reasons, because there's not one PlayStation exclusive that's slaughtering anything on the Xbox. There isn't. It's not exclusives. It's the console stuff. You got to think about PlayStation was a storied, like, special console for people to play. They had one kind of major fuck up, which was the PS3. Now I think all the PlayStations overall in history were all overrated. But you know, they never stopped them from stopping a mud hole in a competition. Like I said, but the OG Xbox was nothing to the PlayStation, mainly because the OG Xbox came late. But it was like it had no chance of doing anything. The Xbox 360, like I said, it did. The Xbox 360 was like that success story. But at the end of the day, the battle was so close at the end that it didn't even matter anymore. So now remember, and this was the first time in history we had Xbox and PlayStation out at the same time to finally go head to head. You know what I mean? So it's like people forget how successful the last three PlayStations were.
And one console launched at 400 and you launched at 500, and a camera that nobody wanted. Like, it only becomes clear now, here in the beginning of 2016, when you add up all of the cumulative damage, all of the tiny cuts, the $500 price tag. And I'm not being a dick. I'm not trying to sit and say, well, Microsoft, you deserve to be here right now. But God damn it, you didn't help the situation. And on top of all of those tiny cuts, yeah, to all those people who bitched on Twitter this weekend, you are still going to play Quantum Break. You are still going to play Recore. You're still going to play Scalebound. But this is all about mindset and mind share. And the mindset and the mind share right now is that PlayStation has the games and their games aren't going anywhere. And you needed to combat that. They needed to combat that, KidSmoove.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're going into a console war situation with PC in mind. It's like you're saying, I could say the Xbox games aren't going anywhere because they're not going on any other platform, any other console. Yeah, they're on PC, but so what? You still can't get it on a PlayStation. It's like the thing is the assumption that PC gaming is killing console gaming. I could see if it was like but that's not the case. So the thing is, people are like, oh, but it's on PC. Okay, so what? Guess what? When the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 and stuff was out, and the Xbox One was out, I didn't have I had a computer, but I didn't have nothing capable of running anything. Like I just got my PC, and it's like it doesn't. Every time when Dead Rising 3 went to the PC, you think it broke my heart? No, I done put so many damn hours in the Dead Rising 3, and I'll do it again. Rise to the Rome, same thing. Like at the end of the day, when the game is out. You already played it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, once it's out, you're either gonna get it or you're not. You know what I mean? It's not Quantum Break, whatever next game they end up putting on PC isn't gonna stop me from wanting that game less. The thing is, guess what? I have 1,150 followers on Xbox Live.
Wow.
On Xbox Live. So when Gears of War comes out, I'm not playing on a PC. I'm playing on the Xbox One. When the division come out, I have slight interest in it. My intentions were to get it on the Xbox One until I got it super cheap on a PC. But guess what? Guess where most of my hours is going to be at? It's going to be on the Xbox because I have 1,150 followers on Xbox Live that plays on Xbox One, the console. Until cross-platform play or like playing with other people on different platforms comes into full effect, I'm always going to be playing my multiplayer games on Xbox One because that's where my friends are.
Can I ask you a question, though, KidSmoove?
Yeah.
We're just going to play a hypothetical question, a what if.
Yep.
It's 2016.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have an Xbox One, but you do have a very powerful laptop, powerful laptop with a very powerful graphics card, and you can run DX12 and Windows 10.
Yeah.
And your aunt got you a PlayStation 4. So you got a PlayStation 4 and a powerful laptop.
Yep.
Do you buy an Xbox One now?
Do I buy Xbox One?
And why? Yeah.
Yes. Me personally, now if this is me, if I only had a computer and a PlayStation, do I still want an Xbox One? I would want an Xbox One for a few features, right?
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the Xbox controller over the PlayStation controller. I prefer over the Steam controller. It's my favorite controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find value in EA Access.
Right.
I know PC has Origin Access, but it's not the same. I can't play NBA Live, Madden, NHL, and all that stuff on PC. I can play it on PlayStation, but I can get it even cheaper if I had an Xbox to play it on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a lot of sports games. So the thing is, I would have to pay full price to play my sports games on consoles because sports games don't come to PC like that. Mm-hmm. So I have to be stuck with the PlayStation, and I won't have the benefits of EA Access, right? Mm-hmm. And then I have let's say we have what else did I do a lot on my Xbox One? Trying to see something I do that I don't do on my PC. This shit keeps turning on when I fucking talk or say Xbox. Believe it or not, I use Snap, and I don't feel like opening a bunch of windows to use it. Yeah, I said it. I use the Snap feature a lot. Upload Studio, for example. Yeah, a lot of people own computers. People get, but there's some people are not whizzy and crafty enough to use their PC and to do video editing. I don't use my PC for video editing, like for stuff behind me and all that crap. It's super simplified on the Xbox, and I've always been a creative motherfucker, so the Xbox is going to help me. And then the fear of games like Halo and Gears and stuff like that, I can play on the I can play them on a PC, but the problem is, guess what? I'm not really good with keyboard and mouse.
Right.
No matter how much of a beast I have, I'm not good with keyboard and mouse. And then I'm afraid to use controller, so that means I'm gonna get raped if I'm using controller because everybody's much faster than me. So the Xbox, I know everybody's using a gamepad. I know everybody's using the damn controller. So the thing is, I would want to play games like Halo and stuff like that on the console. Until I decide to learn how to do that that stuff. And then the fear of when if a game's gonna come out, if it's gonna come out broken. I know consoles getting broken games, but when PC games come like broken or just unfairly like screwed up, it's unfairly screwed up. At least on console, there's an incentive to hurry up and put a patch out to fix it. Even though they can quickly do it on a PC, but the incentive in console gaming is to do it. So the thing is, my Xbox has a purpose. Like I said, I've only been playing on my PC a lot because I wanted to beat Tomb Raider again. I just did that, so now I'm going back to Xbox to play the games that I have. My catalog is crazy stupid. So if it really all depends if you are a PC gamer. If you are a PC gamer at heart, like, no, this is what I do, PC gaming and stuff like that, you probably don't need a console at all, unless you are a fan of particular games. Like me personally, I'm not a fan of Japanese games, so I probably wouldn't have. My PlayStation would only get touched for stuff like Uncharted and Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that. I would get games like that, or I'll be getting obviously all the third party games that I want to play that I won't want to play on my PC. So sure, but the thing is, because I'm familiar with the Xbox and their catalog and games, we assume every game's going to go to Windows 10, but it hasn't happened yet that every game's going to Windows 10. We don't know about Gears of War 4. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the remaster still isn't on there yet. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be in a position where I have to wait.
I understand.
For those games. So you tell me, Halo 6 is, what if Halo 5 finally comes to PC, let's say at the end of this year, and then we find out 2017 Halo 6 coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, so it's that the fear of that, okay, I'm relying me having a PC that the next big Xbox exclusives is going to come to PC, and then I'm going to enjoy it.
Now,
so go ahead.
You now, and this is going to be a shocker. This is going to be a shocker.
Yep.
Here's the state of things if this continues on.
And also,
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I didn't finish answering your question about live on Xbox. Now here's the thing. On a PC, people keep saying, Xbox Live is free, Xbox Live is free. The Xbox app is free. The thing is, online gameplay, you're not really using Xbox Live when you're gaming on a PC. You're not using Xbox Live to play games online. So on a PC, you don't get games with gold. You don't get deals with gold. You don't get those free like exclusive weekends, like you know how they had Sunset Overdrive for like 3 days to try like the full game. You don't get that. You'll get stuff like that on Steam, but those games may not be on Xbox. They might be them PC only games. It might be them indie games. You know what I mean? So I'll be missing out on stuff like that. Like for example, a lot of people say, "Oh, Steam have cheap sales," but there were 1 week freaking Alien was on sale on the Xbox for like $5, and it was still like $20 on PC. So it's not all the automatic that the game's going to be cheaper on PC, but they have sales.
Right.
They have sales, and that's where Xbox Live Gold does benefit. Is deals with gold and games with gold. Now, depending on your type of game, some of the games is good, some of them aren't. So, but go ahead with your next question.
Yeah. Now this is going to be a shocker. I asked myself that same question. Okay, Erok. Now, if you asked me this question in 2014, 2013, it's a clear-cut answer. But you asked me this question in 2016, Erok. You have a PlayStation 4 and a powerful gaming laptop that can run DX12 and can run Windows 10. You've got both of these things. Do you, in 2016, buy an Xbox One? And I have to ask these questions. I want to play Sea of Thieves. It's going to be on Windows 10. I want to play Gears of War. It's going to be on Windows 10. I want to play. Don't tell me Forza Horizon 3 is going to be on Windows 10. Well, we're going to try. Well, then my answer would be, hold on to your hats now, Xbox fans. My answer would be no in 2016 if I have a powerful gaming PC and I have a PlayStation 4. I do not buy an Xbox One. And I'll tell you why. Even though the Xbox One has 3 operating systems, and you PlayStation fanboys and a lot of the guys on the Weapon Wheel podcast like Black Bond and Heart 8 can downplay the features all you want, but that shit is hot as hell telling your Xbox to change channels and flipping from different things. I've literally been on YouTube, then switched to TV, switched to a Blu-ray disc, and switched to some other shit. It's an amazing console. Xbox Live is worth every dollar. Not once have I been cut off. I enjoy gaming online. It's the best gaming service out there. Tell yourself another lie. It's the best gaming service out there. And even with all that, there has to be a point of entry. There has to be a point of entry to get me, the consumer, to buy your console. So in 2016, if I'm like Sad or somebody else who might have a PlayStation 4 and a powerful gaming laptop or powerful gaming rig, and all of the Xbox One games are now going to be on Windows 10, then the actual Xbox, the actual box, the actual physical box now has no value except that of a dust collector or some shit that's going to sit under your TV putting out heat. I know this is hard to hear, because I'm supposed to be the Don King of Xbox, but I reiterate, PlayStation 4 has a point of entry, and that point of entry is Uncharted 4. I don't care what you think about it, whether it looks like a living cartoon with Nathan Drake being dragged behind by a truck and not getting any bumps and bruises. That's still a point of entry for the PlayStation fans. Nintendo, say what you want about them. That next Zelda comes out, that's a point of entry. The PC with its 4K resolutions and 1080 whatever and 120 frames per second, that's a point of entry.
Yeah. All right.
So now you're going to tell me that you're going to take away everything that the Xbox had as a caveat. You're going to take away everything that the Xbox had as a point of entry and just still try to sell it. It's a no sell. Phil, it's a no sell in 2016. Phil, it's a no sell in 2017 unless you make Gears of Wars only stop the Xbox One.
Eric, I'm sorry, Erok.
Yes.
You made a good point, right? With your question. But guess what? Guess what happens with your question?
Yes.
Your question it's a hypothetical. So the Xbox will only lose value to people who are actually in that situation where they already have a powerful gaming rig and they already have a PlayStation 4 that they already started on. Then you're all set. But the market isn't like that. Everybody isn't in the same position that some of us are in to have a gaming rig, an Xbox, or a PlayStation and stuff to offset each other.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that every PlayStation 4 owner doesn't have a powerful PC?
No, they don't.
They sure don't. Sound like it.
No. They don't. And the thing is, and you say, here's the thing, and people will say this game, just because the game is on PC, is automatically going to run better. Guess what? I had 3 computers in the last 2 years. None of them can run any game like a Quantum Break or any game in any 4K. No. In any K, the game wasn't running. Like, so you got to assume. Here's the thing: we can assume everybody has a computer. We can assume that. We can't assume that everybody has a computer that can run a game in 4K, 90 frames per second. You got to think about it. And people, I don't care how much people may seem that they say, oh, PC gaming is cheap. You can easily make a PC for and with less the cost. No, here's the thing. In the long run, buying games in general, and online games, you will pay less playing on PC in the long run than you would do consoles. Definitely, that's easy. Building a PC to play the games better, not I just want to play equal to PlayStation 4 and Xbox, but better than PlayStation 4 and Xbox. It's no cheap task. It's not cheap. It's not, and that's what everybody. Oh, you can play. Oh, the Potato Masher blows the Xbox 360. No, those games are not running games 4K 60 frames per second. If you're not going to build a PC for $250, $300 just to play a game at 1080p 30 frames per second or whatever this frames per second, if it's not tripling your power of your console or doubling the power of the console, then what's the point? When you're building a PC, when you're looking at games that are coming out, you're not looking for the minimum. You want best possible. And what people don't understand, if you want best possible, the price of the Xbox One and the PS4, eliminate off your price range. I don't give a damn. Go to Newegg, Amazon, and add these shits to your cart. I'll even put it there. It's going to be $600 and up, and $600 is going to suck because $600. Trust me, there's going to be a game that comes out in a couple months that says the recommended set is might want to require a little bit something better. So I wouldn't even waste $600 to pay something if I have to upgrade it again. That's why I paid as much money as I did, because I was like, I don't want to upgrade my shit for like another year or two, or at least I want to be in a position where I can upgrade one part at a time. I don't want to have to shot whole thing. So everybody say, oh, I can build this, I can build that. Yes, you can, but are you really going to do it? And it's not cheap. I don't give a damn about them $369 PCs or them fucking $400 budget PCs. No, if you want to run a games like Quantum Break, Battlefront, whatever, and you want them to run like, okay, I'm experiencing PC gaming, like, and it's all its glory. You're not spending $300, $400. And people use that all the time. It's not happening. It's not. I don't give a damn. No many links you're going to put up in these chats or the comments. You're not building a capable rig worthwhile. And we got to stop thinking that everybody's in a position that's going to build this rig so they don't have to worry about having an Xbox. Everybody has a computer right now, but those computers are not running any of these games. They ain't running shit but Sims and Solitaire, Candy Crush. No, if you really want to run a AAA game in all its glory, you got to buy yourself a decent card. You can settle for the cards that require the minimum settings, but if you want something that can last you and where you can be safe without, and you can look at like how long you want to have your PC and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste $500. I'd rather invest $1,500 because the $500 you buy if you're buying a gaming rig right now for $400. You might as well just get ready to put another $500-$600 into it because it's not going to be worth much. It's not. I don't care. We had this argument plenty of times before. I'm like, and I'm looking at even the updated recommended specs still require you on Quantum Break, still require you to have 16 gigs of RAM. It's like these aren't like it's I'm not saying that it's hard to build a PC. It's not hard. It's not. I don't think it's hard to build a PC, but it's expensive to build something that's worthwhile.
Right.
I can make a PC right now for $200. It's not playing any games. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. And that's my argument, is that the Xbox will always hold value to those who have no interest in PC gaming.
All right. Well, I'm glad you answered that question, because the reason why that question was needed, and I don't care if I lost the debate because you're my friend, but I just think that a lot of Xbox owners needed to hear that answer that you just gave, that the Xbox will always have value if you're not a PC gamer, because Erok 8150 was always going to say the things that the other YouTubers and the other Xbots won't say. I think there is a little bit of fear and apprehension that we've been on this journey since 2001, this journey that was started by Jay Allard and Seamus Blackley. Some of us were early adopters back when the PlayStation 2 was dominating. I mean, 50 million units ahead, and the OG Xbox had no chance of catching up. It didn't matter. We were on this journey. And then the journey changed when the Xbox 360 came, and it just blew up. And there was all of this feeling of just hope with the Xbox One, and it had a great 2014. And man, we saw games like Forza Horizon 2, and we saw games like Sunset Overdrive by Insomniac Games, no less. And there was all of this hope. And, to all you Xbox fans out there and you diehard Xbots and some of you corporate slaves, you'll get over being clowned by Black Bond. You'll get over being clowned by Hard 8. You'll get over that shit. Those are just words. If you let those words hurt you, then you're weaker than we thought, and you deserve to be clowned. But what this is about is a lot of diehard Xbox fans, KidSmoove, needed an answer to where does Xbox go if that point of entry, those exclusives, are no longer there? Where do they go if they themselves care more about Xbox than Phil Spencer does? Some people don't want change. Some people are afraid of change, and some people have been used to having that black box or that white box at one time under their TV set and knowing that they were the only ones who could play Gears of War. It bothers some people, man. Some people are bothered by that. I don't know why, but it's just Xbox games have always belonged to Xbox, and it's just it's so weird now to see this change. Now that PlayStation is basically kicking your fucking teeth in. It's just it's hard, bro. It's hard.
The thing is, we're in the community we're in. We're in a community surrounded by fanboys. I'm a fanboy. I'm a fanboy at heart. I'm always going to be a fanboy, and that's why, believe it or not, people say when I got my PC that my Xbox wasn't going to get burned. Since I got my PC, I've been playing PC, been playing Xbox. I haven't touched my PlayStation. I don't know why. Even though Xbox and PC share games, for some reason I find I have to play my Xbox, and I feel like I have no desire to play my PlayStation. But that's a whole different story. But I'll tell you this, is that it's, like I said, we're in this mindset that people are forgetting at the end of the day, if you just have an Xbox, you just have a PlayStation, that's your choices to buy games for. That's your choices. Until you decide to go invest money elsewhere, those are your two choices. If you only have an Xbox and a PlayStation, and that's the mantra. People they'll see a game come on. A PlayStation fan will see a new Xbox game get announced for PC. They're like, yes, I don't have to buy an Xbox. I can build a PC. Go ahead. All right, good luck, and let me see that build when you're done. Post it. Make a video. I want to see your PC after you're done, and give me your gamer tag since you want to play an Xbox game, because you now got to get a gamer tag.
Right.
You know. That's what it is. It's like, it is what it is. I mean, I just wanted to have you on and do this little debate, because like I said, your videos were coming and like, yo, Erok, I mean, I understand your point, but we got to stop looking at it that way. But like I said, you always going to have your point. My job wasn't to change your opinion or your point. My job was really just to express to you why I'm not feeling that way. And because I'm supposed to be an Xbot, and I'm supposed to fit the description, be mad at PC games going to Xbox games going to PC. But people have to forget now what happens when games like XCOM 2 and all these PC only games only start going to Xbox. Does the PC community get mad?
Do you think that's a possibility?
It's a possibility, because you know how long it probably took them to put Quantum Break on PC? It probably took them 17 minutes.
Wow.
Think about it.
Wow.
The Quantum Break is the first official DX12 game to be released. And they said with DX12, they can port games in 24 hours. Remember that Forza 5 demo they had running on DX12 on PC?
That's right.
It takes, so maybe it wasn't always the plan to have Quantum Break on PC, but being that it was DirectX 12 and it took them like that, they're like, well, we might as well, and we can make a promotion out of it. Remember, it took Alan Wake almost 6-7 months to get on PC.
Yeah.
DX12, like they probably, when we were seeing these Quantum Break demos, maybe it was just an Xbox One version finish, and the PC one just happened because they can do it just like that now with DirectX 12. Maybe it wasn't always in the long haul, but because they can, and they can still make it something, why not? So that's what you have to wait for. Now when start game, I want somebody to ask Cliffy B. I don't know if he used DirectX 12 to make his game Lawbreakers, but if he wanted to, that game can be ported on Xbox One easy.
Right.
And that might be, say if he wanted to put it on consoles, it'll probably come to Xbox before it can go to PlayStation, because he could port it on Xbox quicker. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You're smart. But hey man, you made a lot of good points. It's just, I guess I did a poor job tonight representing the Xbox fans, but it's just.
You did. No, you did. Trust me.
I'm really like, how do you, if you're an executive, I don't want to drag this on any longer, but if you're an executive, KidSmoove, how do you even sell the next Xbox? But here's the problem. If I'm an executive, I don't give a damn about the Xbox. I got to be an asshole. If I'm an executive, I just want people. Here's the thing. If I'm an executive, my goal is to make the most money. I'm going to make whatever I'm going to make with my own hardware, but I got to make money on everybody else's software too, because that's an opportunity I'm missing out. It's like Erok, for example. Erok 8150. This is a good example. You want people to watch your content, right? Yes. Whether
they're a PlayStation fanboy, whether they're a PC fanboy, Wii U fanboy, at the end of the day, as long as they're watching you, it benefits you. Even though you cater to Xbox fans, right?
Yes.
PlayStation people are watching you, PC people are watching you. Now, do you most of my subs now are from this platform. Do I switch? Should my Xbox fans be mad at me because all these PlayStation people are watching me? Now, say if you run into a deal, somebody says, Erok, we want to put your. Say if you did videos, right? You know how you use, when you do videos and you put yourself, you use Upload Studio, right? Mm-hmm. Say if PlayStation and Nintendo get a hold of you and it's like, hey, we have our video software. We like your videos. We want you to use our software for some of your videos. We're not asking for your rights, but we want you to use this, that, and the third. Now you're like, okay, whether they offer you money or whatever they offer you something to use their software. Do you turn it down because you're an Xbox fan and you use Upload Studio, or do you put yourself on every software possible to maximize that exposure?
Oh man, you got me, dude. I sell out fast.
See, and that's the thing. I'm not saying that. Like the thing is, and people forget at the end of the day, you're still you. It's just
Yeah.
now we have more access to you.
You make a lot of common sense, man. It just I guess maybe I'm overreacting, and if I'm overreacting, I'm the guy that was chill. I really meant it when I said Quantum Break going to PC doesn't affect me because I'm still going to play it on my Xbox. But it's just I just can't shake this feeling that things are changing. You make a lot of good points, man. You make a lot of good points. You deserve to win this debate, and you're thinking with a clear, level head. It's just I'm just trying to make people who's listening to this debate understand that I
Yeah.
can see where some of the extremists were coming from with their fears. It's like this is the end.
Here's the thing. We're not ready as a people, as a species. We're not ready. We don't like change, especially dramatic change.
Right.
But you got to think about ever since Microsoft came into the gaming business, they've been industry changing.
True.
Remember, before there was an Xbox, there was no online console gaming at all. Before there was a 360, there was no achievement points and like leaderboards that you actually cared about.
True.
You know what I mean? And so remember, games, the pricing of games, like when the Xbox 360 came out, games were $60.
Mm-hmm.
$60 off the bat. Now that's the norm. Now, with this, even though we may not like seeing Xbox as a service, but before it gets as Xbox as a service, it's like, okay, Microsoft might potentially itself with this whole Windows 10, this cross-buy, cross-platform thing, like potentially slow down this us getting raped with DLC and stuff. You know what I mean?
That'd be a good thing.
You got to think about it. We buy one game, you buy the game, you already get the PC version. But imagine, like, for example, this is why I wish fucking Tomb Raider was the cross buy, because I was like, okay, I got Tomb Raider. I think I want to buy the season pass. I wish when I buy the season pass that it goes both on my Xbox and my PC, so I can just have access to it. Why did I buy it twice?
Wow.
If I'm using the same system, it's on Xbox recognizes it as an Xbox game. I'm earning achievements. Mm-hmm. Like my achievement points went up 370 points because I just played and beat Tomb Raider on my PC.
Mm-hmm.
But I got Xbox Live achievements for it. So if I buy DLC on my PC, right, to play through that Yo Gabba shit, whatever it is, the DLC, I want that to carry over to my Xbox. But at this point, I can't because it's not fully here yet. But with Quantum Break and with Gigantic, if it ever comes out, Sea of Thieves, Fable Legends, when I buy stuff, I'm going to enjoy my riches no matter where I'm at.
Right.
And that's what we got to start. We got to start caring about ourselves, our wants, and what's good for us as a gamer, as a person, versus the brand. You got to put yourself before the brand. And I was like, I'm just putting myself before the brand. I was like, I care less where the games go. At the end of the day, if I'm able to get my stuff, and then you're gonna give me a free copy to play on my PC because I still have to use your services, I'm all for it. Because if this was up to like somebody like Ubisoft or EA, they're gonna get you for every dime dollar you got from every platform you own. The reason why I haven't invested a dime in Origin access because I already have EA access.
Right.
To be cross-platform.
Right.
It's the same stuff. The thing is, I can't get Sims. Oh, EA Access doesn't have The Sims 4, but Origin Access doesn't have Madden. It becomes more of a lucrative deal if it ran on both all platforms, and then the stuff I can get only on my PC, I can log into my EA Access there. See, and that's where what's going to happen, because Origin Access it seems cool, but it's going to, once Windows 10 gets this whole thing full going, it's not going to make sense anymore, because it's like I have EA Access and I have Origin Access. Mm-hmm. I bought EA Access for the year because it's cheaper. It's what, $30. Mm-hmm. But Origin Access I gotta pay $5 a month, and there's no year option. You just keep paying monthly. So in a year you paid $60 for it.
KidSmoove, man. See, this is why you're the man, dude. I'm hoping that you're right, and I'm praying that I'm wrong. I really don't want to see Xbox go, man. I really don't want to see like the physical, actual box go.
No.
So I'm hoping you're right, dude.
It won't. We'll have one more. We'll have another Xbox. I don't know what happens after that, but just look at this. This is Microsoft is not dumb. They look what they saw what Valve have done, right? It was like, you know what? They got a hold on this gaming market on the Steam because there's untapped potential there, and Steam just ran off. Steam have Steam machines. They have Alienware alphas. Guess what? them shits don't sell a damn thing.
Yeah,
Even though they don't sell at all. GameStop can't even sell. They can't sell. Why? Because they're these compact PCs. They're overpriced, and all they do is play Steam games on Steam's operating system. That's nothing. But Microsoft, we have an established box. So yes, our software is on PCs, just like Steam software is on PCs, and they're thriving. So they want to thrive on PC, but then they can have their own version of the Steam box, which is the Xbox, that's going to sell more regardless because it's an Xbox. So they'll be fine with 30, 40, maybe 50 million Xbox in homes, but they'll be even better with that same 50 million Xboxes in homes with 150 million users additional on their PC. You can't hate that.
Hey man, look, I see your point of view, and it sounds good. And I'm hoping everybody who's an Xbox fan like myself, and even some of the extreme Xbox guys, I hope you watch this video because maybe we needed to hear some of this. Maybe it isn't, and maybe it isn't all doom and gloom. You know, I mean, you hear some bad news, man, and you just react. You make a video, or you have a discussion, or you take to Twitter, and maybe you blow things out of proportion. But sometimes it's good to hear something from somebody who's thinking at a different point of view. So, man, I'm glad that you had me here tonight so I could hear this because I don't want to see Xbox go, man. If you're saying it's not going to go, dude, I'm gonna take your word for it, bro.
All right, Eroks is the reason why I call myself the Xbox. You were there when I first said Xbox is the best box, and
That's
I
right,
am
man.
the best bot.
That's
You were
right,
the first one to hear that when I said that. So, and it's still that way, and it's always going to be that way. So, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this debate. You can decide who won if you want to pick a winner. To me, I really don't care. I just had to get my point across because he was far left, I was far right, or vice versa. But check out Eroks' channel. His link is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe and check back here for all out great content. Make sure you be back here Tuesday, 7:30, The Writer's Block, episode 6, hardknotgamers.com. And thank you guys for tuning in with us into this live debate. If you missed it, if you just tuned in, just take that scroll bar and scroll all the way back and get with it. But that's all we got today. Eroks, you want to say anything before we close it out for tonight?
Oh no, man, guys, thanks for listening. And Xbox fans, once again, man, KidSmoove had a different point of view. Let's take his advice and just chill out.
All right. Xbox, the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We out.